Herod the Great was responsible for the massacres of the little boys around Bethlehem as he was trying to destroy Jesus. Today we hear of Herod the Tetrarch, a son of Herod the Great. The kingdom was divided into four. So Herod the Tetrarch had the part north around the Sea of Galilee. Later on in Luke's Gospel, we hear how Jesus is on trial in front of Pontius Pilate, and it happened that Herod the Tetrarch was in Jerusalem at the time. So Pilate transferred Jesus over to Herod for some kind of judgment because people saw Jesus as the one coming from Galilee. And in that encounter, Herod insulted Jesus, asking him to perform a miracle. So if you can imagine, Jesus is scourged, he has been beaten up, he's been insulted by hundreds of soldiers, and now he's in front of this little king who is very selfish and corrupt. Later on, because of his corruption, Emperor Caligula will exile him far, far away for his crimes. So we hear of a man who was very selfish, corrupt, but today's liturgy illustrates two wonderful individuals, twins, who were selfless, who were generous, who were kind, who were compassionate. Cosmas and Damian grew up in Syria. They learned how to be physicians. And of course, 2,000 years ago, medicine was very primitive. The interesting thing about Cosmas and Damian was that they did not charge for their services. They did their practice for free. And because of that, many were attracted to Christianity. Many became converts. Cosmas and Damian were honored in the earliest church in many places. The Western Empire, the Eastern Empire, churches all over Christianity were dedicated to Cosmas and Damian. And tradition tells us that they performed medical miracles. Today we have medical miracles because of technology. But these two are credited with healings that were unheard of even today. But what is outstanding is their compassion and generosity. And that compassion continues in the Catholic tradition. In Pittsburgh, we had a number of hospitals founded by religious sisters, the first one being Mercy Hospital in 1847. And they opened their doors to everyone, regardless of race or creed, background, education, financial wherewithal. And just as an example, in 1931, during the Depression, when a day stay in the hospital was $4, the Sisters of Mercy gave $600,000 in free care. So we can be inspired by Cosmas and Damian. They were tortured and put to death under the Emperor Diocletian because of their faith in Jesus. So in our own day, we are challenged by the secular forces to give up our values. But Cosmas and Damian give us inspiration to continue to be the people that we are called to be, people of compassion, love of the neighbor, and sacrifice.